What's up, Tube? Welcome back to the second best Gel Blaster channel on YouTube. Tonight we're hey Tim O'Connor, what's up? Tonight we're rebuilding a Gen 8 gearbox that has failed. Doing it live. Don't know why, but hey, why not? Alright, let's get into it, hey. Got a Scar here, version 2. Broken gears. Interestingly enough, this one, I want to call it the, I don't know what it's called, to be honest. The gear that pulls the plunger back. Let's go with that. Alright. First thing is to get the spring out of there. Otherwise, everything will fly apart. And to do that, you need a screwdriver. Here's the beauty of live videos. You can, I don't get to cut out when I walk over to my toolbox and go searching through my toolbox for screwdrivers. Alright, I'm back. Here we go. So, just pop that one out the back, just like that. So simple. Alright. Now, we get to the super exciting task of removing all the self-tapping screws from around the outside of this gearbox. My hands are already covered in grease, which is great, because it makes screwdrivers super duper slippery, which is what I love. It's my favourite thing about gel blasters. Alright, I'm going to drop the motor out first. Phillips number 2. That's a real Phillips number 2, by the way. I'm not stripping the heads off with a Phillips number 1. I'm telling you that I should have been using a number 2. These are the only Phillips number 2 screws in the gearbox. Don't know why that's the case, but it is. Tell you what, it's probably going to make this easier if I just get rid of this blaster shell altogether. They're going to make it easier? Maybe. Alright, we'll do that. Oh, this is a cool thing about live video. When the wires tangle up, you get to live every moment. Tangled wires. Alright, pop the mag priming button out. Pop out the springs for the mag motor. Pop the gearbox out. Alright, I will just get this shell out of the way now. We'll just work purely on the gearbox. Constantly wiping those gearbox greases off my hands. Alright, there's an interesting thing about this particular gearbox. Let's get these pop-ups out of the way. It was completely stock, and it failed in a way I've never seen a Gen 8 fail before. I've seen Gen 8s fail in numerous ways. This one actually split that gear completely in half. I'm going to try and see if I can bring it up to the camera. See if you can get this. Focus. Apparently focus is not a thing when you're live streaming. Alright. Can you see this any better? This gear here split right in half. That's always fun. Just to make things a little easier for everyone, I'm just going to pull all of this out of the way. So now all we've got is just the gearbox. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this barrel as well, because that's in everyone's way as well. No one wants to see that. Now if you've ever done a barrel on one of these, you know you can just pop it apart like this and slide it out and slide a new one in without having to pull a whole gearbox apart and losing all your gears and springs flying everywhere. So that's a cheap trick if you chucking an aluminium barrel in. Alright. Get these last screws out. We'll have the box apart in a few moments. Probably those of you out there that have never done this before and are probably like looking at it going, oh yeah, this looks like fun. It's not. Don't do it. Nah, it is pretty fun. Why else would I be doing it? If not for the fun of it. Now this screw is a little bit different. Why are you different? Not different because it is different, different because it is just a little bit more stripped than every other screw. That's what you get for doing a live video. You get a screw with a stripped head that doesn't want to come out. Awesome. Alright. Let me see. Might have to resort to some butchery for this. So don't mind me while I get my striped apron. And as soon as I get this screw out, I'll be throwing it straight in the bin, because I never want to see it again. There it is. Yay. Goodbye. Alright. Now, fun part, popping apart the box. Now, you might be able to see now, better than before, what exactly has gone wrong here. What's going on here? Like this video right now, or else I'll teleport to you. Right. Oh, I love you, man. All right. Now, obviously that one's, I want to use a technical term, unhappy. That's one unhappy gear. I would usually use some other language to describe that, but I think YouTube's got some sort of policies about potty mouth, and Oh, what the hell? YouTube don't pay me anything anyway. I refuse to monetize my videos because they look too much like things that could be considered guns. Right. Okay. That gear's fucked. What else do we got? This one. Not bad. Not bad. Get out of the way. That doesn't look too bad either. I imagine that some part of this is somewhere has been grinding on this bit of broken. Doesn't look too bad though. Probably just replace it the whole lot anyway. Or at least just all three of those gears. Got a whole bag of gears here anyway, so might as well do all of them. Alright. Here we go. Pay attention while I shim these correctly. Done. Alright, no. Just taking the piss. That's not how you shim it. Coincidentally, there is actually a shim in here. Just here. You might not be able to see it. There's a shim. On my finger. Trust me, it's there. Probably can't see it because I think YouTube live video is of a lower quality than a regular normal YouTube video anyway. So, oh hell, I'm here. Let's put a bloody O-ring in this thing. Why not? Like, these ones are crap. Got a whole bunch of green ones here. Alright, there we go. Get that in there. Oh look, what's this? There's a little bit of plastic Chad in there. Awesome. I like Chad. I like Chad in my gearbox. Everything else looks in order. Just gonna actually pop this out because I find it's a lot easier to put the piston into the cylinder when it's not in the gearbox. Just gotta work this in a little bit. Try not to pinch it on the cylinder. Sorry, I did that off camera. Sorry. Here we go. So you just got to work it in there. And look, this is what it should be like. Actually, that was leaking a bit. Probably more to do with my finger than anything else. But it should be. That is leaking a lot. Where is that leaking from? Is that leaking out the end of this? Oh, it's leaking out of this. Right, let's try that again. All right, finger there. There we go. No leaks there. All right. Chuck that in. Let's get some smuts on that. There we go. A bit of smuts on that. That should help it seal up a bit. That's a bit better. Still not awesome, is it? Good enough though. It's not mine, so I don't care that much. No, just joking. I do care. I love all the people whose blasters I build. All right, let's get the smuts off my hand. Nothing like a cold ice water. Alright, let's get back into this. I'll chuck the spring, return spring back in. Oh, I've got an upgraded spring here on the desk. I'm not going to put it in, but I am going to feel what the difference is. Well, the upgraded spring actually feels weaker than the standard one, so I'm just going to leave that alone. Alright. So let's get this gear in. Make sure it's all lined up properly. Oh yeah, good. Yep, that's totally lined up. Alright, so I put that gear in first, which is probably not the greatest thing to do. You should probably start with this one. Whatever. Sure, the internet's going to tell me how to do it. Only the internet can judge me. Alright. Now this one's always a fun little one to do. Tell you what else is pretty fun. That's broken. Can you all see that? The little spring is broken. It's not supposed to be broken. Ah, that's just ruined my night. I'm going to put that in. Everything was going to be fun and dandy. And now I have to search around for another one of those springs. Well, that's not going to be very entertaining viewing. Three springs. I understand I have to go to my box of gearboxes. And whip one apart and pull out one of those springs. Bear with me. Sorry, YouTube. What I should have done is just replace it with a whole new box to begin with. But no, that would be too easy. Where's the fun in that? Alright, I'm gonna have to thieve that spring out of this box. So, just for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to pull apart another Gen 8 box. How does that spring break? What does that happen? Ah dear. Now you get to witness me pulling apart another gearbox, only with 200% more smuts on my hands. Alright, this doesn't usually happen. Okay.
And that was officially the most difficult 2 motor screws I've ever had to take out. Because live. That's why. That's why all of this is going badly. Alright. Round 2. Oh, I'll just put this on time lapse. Oh wait. I can't believe there's actually 14 people watching this. That's the part I found most amusing. I love you guys, all 14 of you. Don't mind me as I just stop for a quick break. What's the point of getting a nylon gearbox? Oh man, I wish I could answer these questions because they seem to disappear faster than I can read them. Maybe I can watch my own live stream. I better mute it though because that would be weird. Get some sort of an echo going on. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. I can read some of your comments now. So this is going to be a bit more interactive. Would I recommend a V2 Scar or stick with the M4A1? I'd stick with the M4A1 personally because there's more body mods you can do to it. Because I don't know, you can put handguards and buffer tubes and different stocks and that sort of stuff. Whereas the Scar, I mean, it already looks pretty cool, but you're kind of stuck with the way it looked. And what was the other thing? Would you recommend a 1.2 and a new O-ring for a Doc Gen 8 or just go all out? I would recommend a new O-ring and a 1.2 or even a 1.3 spring. Hey, here's something that they don't teach you in Gel Blaster school. Those O-rings don't do much. Like, they make a difference, but not a whole lot. Like, I made it, like, it's a few FPS. It's not much. But I mean, hey, yeah, obviously, air seal's air seal. You want a good seal. So, go with the green O-rings. Everyone likes them. You can just stretch the stock ones as well a bit. That works too. Eventually they go back to normal, I guess, and then you got to pull it apart again and do it all over again. But I mean, the amount of times you're going to have your gearbox open if you own a serious Gel Blaster. You want to, for starters, you want to have a body that's not held together with plastic body screws that strip every time you touch them. And you probably want to get to know your gearbox pretty well because I reckon you'll be taking it apart fairly often. I love the Gen 8s. They're great gearboxes. I really do believe that. They got a huge aftermarket support, and like, they're just good. They're good. They're powerful. Straight out of the box, they're very powerful. You can leave them stock, and they're good. You know what I mean? But yeah, they break randomly, and for no apparent reason. Like, I mean, the one that's on my bench right now. Screws falling down. It's alright, I got it. Okay, the one that's on my bench right now literally was stock no mods, no hard work or anything, just firing stock gel balls and doing stock stuff, you know, just not even skirmishing or anything, just like kicking around the backyard. And the gear just split in half. Like that. In half. Bam. Just out of nowhere. Plunger. This is a plunger out of a stock Gen 8 box that just died. Just like a piece of it just fell off, just broke off like that. Completely stock, random. I can totally understand why people would do like the whole nylon things and metal gears and stuff, because like obviously metal gears is going to stop this from happening, but it's also going to cause all sorts of other problems further down, because you just push your point of failure further down the line. So I mean, if you upgrade to metal gears and then you don't upgrade your plunger, you're going to strip the shit out of your plunger, because you've got metal teeth on a plastic plunger and it's just going to tear it apart. Don't have to be a scientist to work that out. So then you got to get a plunger with metal teeth as well. Personally, look, I don't care, because the nylon, plastic, whatever gears in here, yeah, they break, but a whole brand new gearbox is like $36. So like you could pay 140 or 50 or probably more for this nylon and metal and stuff, or you could just buy a new one, and like you don't even have to modify it. You can keep it stock, buy a new one, keep it stock, and if it breaks, just buy a new one. Or you can just spring the hell out of it, put a 1.5 millimeter spring in it if you want, spring the hell out of it until it breaks. Then when it breaks, just buy a new one. It's still, you could probably buy 5 stock gearboxes and still be better off money wise than buying the fully upgraded nylon and metal one. However, then there's a different camp of people who just want to do, like, I just want mine to be like ball tearing, freaking crazy, ridiculous 500 FPS, and I just want it to be freaking ridiculous. But in that case, you're probably going to need metal gears. It all depends. I mean, I think more often than not, just for standard sort of kicking around, even for skirmishing, the standard gears are, I mean, they're good enough in my opinion. Oh, it's super weird. There we go. Why is that doing weird stuff? And that's probably why these things break. All right. So now that I've got the piece that I required, the non-return spring. Who breaks a non-return spring? Who does that? How does that happen? All right, let me see if I can. Oh, what's up, Scott? Yeah, man, we're doing it live for whatever reason. All right. So, going in with a non-return spring now. So this one there was nothing really wrong with this. I mean, not the non-return spring. There's nothing really wrong with the bevel gear. I believe it's the bevel gear. I should know all the technical names of these things, but I don't. I think I know like pinion gear, bevel gear, Then after that, I don't know. I'm sure I could look it up. Someone's gonna. The internet will correct me. Only the internet can judge me. All right, where are we now? Okay, so we've got our gears back together. We've got our plunger in. We've got our O-ring in. We've replaced our broken non-return spring. However that happened. Probably want to lube it up a bit. Have to dig through my boxes for a tube of lube. You always have some handy. Where's my tube of lube? There it is. Oh, I love my tube of lube. Get that wrist action going when you get your tube of lube out. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Alright, get some of that good stuff in there. Alright. Bottom bevel, second spur, third selector. Yes, thank you. Major laceration. I'm sure I knew that at one stage, maybe. Maybe not. What's the point of getting a nylon gearbox and metal gears to support spring upgrades? Yes, I guess so. That's what I rambled on about before, wasn't it? Yep. Alright. So. Alright. I think. Let's get some. Spread some of this lube around. Oh no, where's my rag? There it is. Beast Pro did the gearbox, you said. Beast Pro did the gearbox that imploded, yeah. That's that's definitely what happened. This one you're talking about. This was a Beast Pro box. I got no beef with Beast Pro. I've never actually had any dealings with them at all. This was someone else's who bought it from Beast Pro and it imploded and they brought it to me to fix it, which is pretty much what happens. Other people fuck shit up and then I fix it. That's how it goes. Alright. So, other half of the gearbox here. Got all our gears in place. We got plenty of lube in there. Everything looks like it's lined up. Now we just got to line up these 3 bushes and the trigger with the correlating holes, shafts and holes. You got to get your shaft in the hole, guys. Basically, what I'm trying to say. Get your shaft in the hole. Get lots of lube on it and put the shaft in the hole. All right. Now, what I find helps, if you can't find the hole, is to just stick your fingers in around here or a screwdriver around here if you've got tools handy. If you don't have tools handy, then okay, what we've got here is we've got the damned non-return spring not playing again. All right, there we go. She's in. She's in. All right. So non-return spring and trigger. Trigger lined up. All right, so we've got almost all of them lined up, I think. All right, they look like they're fairly well lined up. Click, click. One of them's not lined up. Which one's not lined up? It's that damned non-return spring again. All right. I'm going to get in there with a knife just because it's thin. Just to give it a bit of a push in the right direction. Not actually like trying to cut anything. I'm just Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry guys. Live stream. These things happen. All right, I'm just trying to line that up. I need something. Ah, here we go. Let's try this. Might be able to just get these pliers in there. Get that shaft lined up into that hole. Ah, you're never having a good time when you can't get the shaft in the hole. Alright. It's way too much lube. It's just sliding everywhere. Gosh, there's so many. Alright. Alright, she's in. Alright. Now, how many things popped out while I was dicking around with that? Okay, trigger's good. Gear's good. It helps to like stick your finger in the hole here and just give them a spin. Just make sure they're all free and rotating. Everything's nice and so many double entendres going on here. All right, cool. And that is pretty much that. Now we get those. If you press it together, it'll all just click together. You just press harder. That's how you get it. That's how you get it. Just press it harder until it clicks. Keep pushing. It'll go in. Just keep pushing. All right. Now I'm just gonna jam a couple screws in here. Just hold it together. I am going to use the other screwdriver because it's got a skinnier shaft. So many shaft jokes. Alright. Oh. Don't put that one in yet. Don't put that one in yet, Guido. Still got to put the T-piece in. Alright. Couple in the back. And then, once we've got everything together, held in tight, nice, trigger works, all these spin, that's good. All right, I'll just pop the T-piece back in here. I'll just open her up in the front, like that, nice and easy. And then don't have to worry about popping your gears out and all that sort of biz. All right, now we'll pop the screw back in here. All right, that is pretty much that. I will have another screw which I threw away. Remember that one? Gave me the shit, so I chucked it. Fortunately, I got a box of screws. And in that box of screws, I happen to have, oh look, I have a Gen 8 gearbox screw. How about that? Why would you have thought that I would have one of those handy? Don't know. Maybe it's because I've got 1,000 Gen 8 gearboxes pulled apart. Alright. Here we go. That, my friends, I'm going to call job done. I mean, I'm going to put it back in, I'm going to put the motor back in it, I'm going to put the spring back in it, and it has STD6, I'm going to upgrade and make sure, the website, okay. Alright, I do want to do a bit more on the STD6. STD6 is like, it's a blaster that people love to hate. And I'll let you in on a little secret. The STD6 is superior to every Jingming blaster in every single way except for this. The plunger and the thing. Here, look. Oh, look, here's an STD6 box. So the STD6 basically has a crappy little plunger. It's like super narrow. It's tiny. It's shorter. So the volume in here is much larger. So, I mean, the STD6 has got a bigger spring. It's got a higher voltage motor. It comes standard with 11-volt battery. It comes standard with aluminium tube. It comes standard with FET switching. That's right, FET switching, something that people are only just discovering in other blasters. It comes standard with FET switching. Interestingly enough, this box is designed to have a mechanical select fire, but it's got a electronic FET-driven select fire, which actually works as well. It's got a nicer body. It's got, I mean, it's pretty much superior in every single way except for this and this. The T-piece sucks as well. STD6 T-piece sucks. But like, yeah, so it could be a real good blaster. It just lacks a few things. Like the finish is nicer, the quality of the build is nicer, everything about it is nicer than the Jingming stuff. But it's the gearbox and the cylinder sucks basically. I mean, this has got like a massive spring and it's got a 1.3 spring in it. If you put this spring into this gearbox, this thing will do 300 FPS. And the difference is that the Jingming springs are actually really, they're so weak comparatively, but it's just that they don't need a stiff spring because they got so much volume. Where can you get a better plunger that's compatible with STD6? The plunger itself is not a problem. The plunger is great. The STD6 plunger is actually really good. It's just the volume of it sucks. And like, you can't really change that. It's something that's just built into it. You can't, there's nothing you can really do about that. What I would recommend if you want your STD6 to be better is change the T-piece, seal it up, put a stiffer spring in it, and just love it. Just love it the way it is. Like, I don't see any reason to do anything else to it. Like, I mean, I've had so many people asking me to put a Gen 8 in the STD6 to the point where I almost considered it. But, yeah, just don't. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother. Just love it for how it is. Love its weaknesses. If you want something that's just gonna do heaps of FPS with like zero accuracy and loads of malfunctions and just like heaps of power, but like no technology and no select fire, then get a Gen 8 box. It's awesome. Do that. Like, and Gen 8's an awesome gearbox, but it's just the technology in the blasters it's just so like compared to the STD6, there's this is like dark ages. This, like, look at this circuitry, right? Battery goes here, switch is here, motor is here. That's it. That's it. There's literally nothing more to it. Whereas you look in the STD6, it's got FET switching and all that sort of stuff, but for some reason it still sucks. I don't really understand that myself, but yeah, that's life. Sorry guys. I'm talking about breakage. Breakage. I don't think you break a STD6 plunger. Like I don't know how to break it. Like I've never had a STD6 malfunction. Like Gen 8s break every single day, but like I've never seen an STD6 with a major malfunction. Actually, I lied. I'm lying. I actually had a guy call me today, and he said his STD6 was malfunctioning. I don't know what the problem was because I haven't looked at it yet, but he did say it was it was shooting constantly whenever the battery's connected. So I don't know what went wrong with that, but hey, I digress. That's another story. I think I'm gonna call it, guys. I think we're done here. Gearbox is built. Put the spring back in, and whack the motor on, and then chuck it back into the blaster, and we're done. I'm gonna call it. It's been fun, guys. Been fun. Thanks for joining me. Peace out. How do I stop live feeding? I don't even know. How do people get in contact with me? You can email me, dloguido@gmail.com. I'm sure it's on one of my videos. I'm sure it's on many of them. No what? No what? No, okay, thanks. I think the chat lags where I'm at. I'm not really sure, but hey, as soon as I can work out how to stop streaming, I will stop streaming. Don't end the stream. All right. What do you want me to do? You want me to put it back in the box and put it together? All right. All right. If you're actually telling me not to end the stream, I won't end the stream. All right. No, so the people get what the people want. All right. I don't know, what's the maximum stream you can have on YouTube? How long does it go for before they just automatically stop you? I don't know. I don't know these things. I've never done this before. All right. So I'm going to put the motor back on there. You know what? The hell with it. This is boring. Well, like, what are you guys doing? You should have stopped me before I did this. Like, why am I putting a spring in this? That's not, like, stupid ridiculous. Let's you know, I've got a bag of springs here. Put a spring in this thing. Let's do something interesting. Do something that'll get some FPS. Put a little screwdriver in the end. This is pretty fun. If you've ever done this, there's like a technique to it. That's weird how that, I reckon that's probably half the cause of, see those tolerances? Do you see that? See how, oh fuck, I'm off camera. Sorry guys. See those tolerances? Look, I can actually move the spring up and down like that. Can you see that? And that, I could imagine could probably cause some issues with like the plunger and stuff. Which is probably why things like this happen. Where can you buy gears? You guys probably notice that I do very rarely shout out to any companies that sell anything. And there's a reason that I don't tell you where I get my stuff from, and it's there's a couple of reasons, but the main reason that I don't tell you is because they don't do shit for me. They don't do anything for me, so why should I advertise for them? That's pretty much my motto. I mean, you can just